Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we are back with simple Gambian breakfast recipes that we're going to show you how to make. They're easy, they're fast, and they're delicious at the same time. So first on our list we have omelette, and for a simple omelette all we need is eggs, some Maggi bouillon, and half a teaspoon of black pepper, just a small amount, and an onion with oil or butter to fry it in. So this is the simple recipe. Just these two ingredients and the Maggi bouillon plus an oil to fry in or a butter to fry in is all you need. Okay, you can also add in some toppings like green bell peppers, okay, chopped tomatoes, fresh tomatoes. You can add in chopped mushrooms, things like that. Okay, but for today I'm only using the simple recipe. The only thing I'm adding is some green onions. So I break in my 3 eggs. Added to that I have half of the onion is what is used, and the green bell peppers that go in. Okay, half the teaspoon of black pepper goes in, and the Maggi bouillon also goes in. I'm using only half of it, or less than half of it, so depending on you. Then I mix it all together. Like I said, you can add in anything you like: chopped tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, mushrooms, even canned beef. You can add in whatever you like. Okay, so my pot is set and it's all dried out. I drop in some oil, just a little bit of oil, and I just take the pot and roll it like this. That way all of the parts of the pot has the oil. My oil is hot now, so I add in my mixture. Okay. So I'm going to let it fry like this. After some minutes I will turn and see if it is brown on one side, and then I'll turn it. Okay, so it's brown. I flip it. So that's our simple egg recipe, or our simple omelette recipe. Okay, so one side is brown. As soon as the other side is brown, I'm going to take it out. So you can see when you put oil such that every part of the pot touches it, you can see now I can easily move my egg mixture without any issue. Okay, so I'm going to flip it back and let it brown or cook. So if you like it fully cooked, you leave it to brown like that, or you can take it out if you don't like it too cooked. So the Gambian way, we like everything fully cooked, so this is almost enough for me. So that's our simple egg recipe, okay, omelette recipe. So remember, you can add in any topping of your choice. Right now I only use onion and bell peppers. You can use any topping of your choice. For our next recipe we have some egg and canned beef recipe. Okay, so here we have 1 can of canned beef, 4 eggs, 1 fresh tomato with the skin out, and in here we have 3 small sized onions that were already diced, a teaspoon of black pepper and half Maggi bouillon, and 1 green bell pepper. That's what we have here, and some oil. If you like it spicy, you can also slice in 1 small size habanero pepper. I put my pot, okay, the pot has a little bit of water, so I have to let that water evaporate, so use a dry pot. So I put in a little bit of oil, okay, and let that oil heat up. The oil is hot now, so I throw in the canned beef and fry that until it gets brown. So you have to fry that until it gets brown. The canned beef is brown now, so I add in the onion mixture and the tomatoes. Mix all of it together. So I'm going to fry this until they all look dead before I add in the eggs. I'm adding in the remaining half of the Maggi bouillon because I added one more egg. It is now brown to the color I want. Okay, so now I'm going to add in my eggs. So the 5 eggs go in. Now I mix it just a little bit, just that way. Okay, and then cover my pot. That way it cooks evenly. And then we're done. There, so you can also add in some cheese to melt on top of it and cover it and let that melt. Okay, it also tastes good. So you can see it has some oil for you to be able to dip in your bread. But if you don't like oil, to minimize the amount of oil based on your liking. So there you have it. Bon appetit. Our next recipe is the simplest recipe, and for that all we need is a plate, some butter or oil on the plate, and rub it around the whole plate like so. So I use about a tablespoon of butter. That's around a tablespoon of butter, and on top of that I have 2 eggs broken, so I put them just like that. Okay, sprinkle a little bit of black pepper and a sprinkle of salt, or you can use Maggi. I'm using Maggi instead. Okay, and you can add in also anything of your choice, but for now this is all I need. Okay, now I'm going to put it in the microwave for about 3 minutes. Depending on how fast your microwave is, you time it according to that. So if you want it running, also you can monitor it, but I like it fully cooked, so I'm going to put this in the microwave for about 2 minutes. Okay, or at most 3 minutes. Here you can also add in onions, you can add in bell peppers, you can add in mushrooms. Okay, but the mushroom has to be cooked, except if you don't want it fully cooked. So you can add in those toppings as well if you like, but this is a simple version without anything added to it, just the egg and butter. Okay, so I'm going to put it in the microwave. So I time it for 2 minutes, and there you go. So that's our simple egg recipe. If you are in a hurry and you want to just get something quick and have it on the go, you can use this simple recipe and have a breakfast as delicious as this one. So there you have it. First thing you need to do is make sure you put some oil on the plate or some butter, depending on your choice. Then dump in all of the ingredients that you want in your omelette or in your egg. Sometimes we simply call it poached egg. So there you have it. Bon appetit. For our next recipe here, we have about 2 onions diced, some bell peppers, fresh tomatoes, and some spring onions, black pepper, half Maggi cube. We'll also be using habanero pepper, 1 habanero pepper that we blend. Okay, and we also have 6 eggs. So this in Gambia we call it scrambled egg, so it's Gambian scrambled egg. So our oil is hot now. First we're going to fry the onions. We'll fry the onions until they are translucent. So now our onion is translucent. We're going to add in the black pepper. So this is about a teaspoon of black pepper. Mix that well. Then add in the habanero pepper. So this is like 1 habanero pepper that we pounded. Okay, fry it a little further. Then, okay, mix that too. Then add in the Maggi bouillon. So all our seasonings go in at this stage. Okay, you can use salt if you don't like Maggi seasoning. Okay, so mix that all together. Then add in the tomatoes. So the tomatoes go in. Okay. So we're going to fry this until the tomatoes also are weak. Okay. Then we'll add in our green bell pepper and the spring onion last before adding in the egg. So the tomatoes are weak now, so we add in the spring onions or the green onions. And the green bell peppers are also going in now. So after putting those, we're going to add in just a drop of water to release all of the juice or the nice stuff that sticks to the bottom of the pan. Okay. And then we will add in our egg. So we'll add in our egg. So we don't want the yolks to break, so we're going to add it like so. Perfect. So mix it a little bit and just let it cook like that. So you can cover it to allow it to cook really well. So we're going to cover it and let it cool and let it cook completely. So after 3 minutes, I put in my spatula like this or my spoon and lift it. That way it doesn't get burnt at the bottom. So at this stage, I'm going to add in some cheese. So this is optional. You can have it like this, or you can cook it to completion, or at this stage you can also add in some cheese to give it more flavor. So I'm adding in some powdered cheese. Okay, you can add in mozzarella or whatever cheese that you have. So I'm using this powdered cheese that I normally use for lasagna or spaghetti bolognese. So let that melt and we are done. So this is also another simple recipe that you can cook and have it for breakfast. You can eat it with bread. Normally we eat it with bread. So that's a delicious recipe you have there. Bon appetit. If you like what you're seeing and you love this channel, please give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't, and share with friends and family to enable others also to view it and have access to this channel. Okay, so until we meet next time, bye bye.